Really? You're scared of the space heater? Really? Alright. Say hi to Princess Leia. New client. Owner said it was a medium hair domestic. I don't know. I think she probably would be classified as a short hair, but alright, let's start with the refurbish, which is what you do with a short hair cat. Let's try. There's two of them. One's for short hair, one's for long hair. So the red one is for short hair. We'll start with that. Let the shedding begin. Dang. Cute little kitty. No obvious grooming issues really with her coat, other than she's shedding, right? Usually people, when they come in for first time with a cat, they have some kind of obvious grooming related issue, right? And in her case, not really. She's a happy little cat, doing her own thing, not bothering anybody. But she could certainly benefit from a bath for the shedding, right? That could be the reason. I just forgot to ask. Usually I ask. Sorry, I gotta remember that I talk softly sometimes and you can't hear me. So usually I will ask, what is the main reason for your visit? And in this person's case, it's most likely shedding. You don't like the hot beauty? Alright, well, it's not for everybody. It's not for everybody. It's not everybody's cup of tea, like me. Okay. Waka. Waka waka. She's like, what's happening now, people? Well, we're trying to de-shed your coat as you're moving around. You know, just get her off her feet. You get a cat off their feet, they can't walk away anymore, right? She could certainly benefit from a groomer's goop, some kind of a degreasing pre-treatment, right? Spruce up her white in her coat with some purple shampoo. You know, we'll pull out a bunch of beauty treatments for her. Get her looking like $1,000,000. Yeah. You ready for your butt shave? It's probably gonna be her first butt shave in her life. Just the thought of it made her wince. Alright, let's try that. Wow. Let's try it. See what happens. Alright, I'll remind the owner, because she seems to have an issue back here, that we offer free sanitary clips every Wednesday to our existing clients. No. I got you. I got you. Yeah. Wow. Alright, we'll put you on my lap. Yeah, lap grooming. Lap grooming. Lap grooming it is. Alright, I'll try that. Gotta get her off her feet. Usually keep her from walking away. Let's try it this way. Alright. You got a better view. I used to follow pot roast. Anyone know pot roast? The cat mom to pot roast. She learned how to do her lap grooming by just sitting on the toilet in her bathroom, right? Yeah. Waka waka. You don't normally give a sanitary clip to a short hair cat, but she's kind of somewhere in between, right? Waka waka.
WTF.
Waka waka. Waka waka. Yep. Waka waka. Fluff her tail out. She's on the lap, so she can't really go anywhere. Alright, let's try and do it this way. Say hi to your peeps. Say hi. How are you? Good girl. Good girl. I know. So, I want to give her a head to toe degreasing treatment, but the last thing you want to do is apply groomer's goop all over a cat who you don't know whether you can even wash or not. So we're going to, yep, new client. How are you? How are you? But her name is Princess Leia. She's a Star Wars cat client. Alright, let's go. Ready? We're gonna go to the bath. She's like, we're gonna do what? We're gonna go take a bath. She's like, but I've never had a bath in my life. What do you mean? Well, we'll find out. We'll give you a bath test first, okay? So how do you do a bath test? Well, the way I do it is I put the cat up on the pedestal, and then the only thing we're going to get wet are her two front paws. And if she can't,
very relaxing kitty.
if she doesn't sit on top, are you watching this same video I'm currently participating? She's not relaxed. She's all over the place. If she doesn't like being on top of this bath, we can flip the bath around and put her in the bath. So first step is, she's like, what is that? Just wet her two front paws. See if we can wash them. And that will be her bath test, right? I think she's already passing. She's pretty much already passing with flying colors. Alright, waka waka. She's like, I'm leaving. Yeah, well, good luck getting past the 800-pound gorilla in front of you. That would be me. Good girl. Alright, let's start with the polishing. Waka waka. Looks like she's going to pass her water test. Good girl.
RV just putting little one to bed.
Nice. Nice. You're like, thank God. Now your day begins, right? Good girl. Alright, so I think she passed with flying colors. Not a issue with her bath. So I feel comfortable enough to start applying that degreaser, which is going to be her first pre-treatment. Right? Waka 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 waka. Waka waka. Wow. 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 It's usually about 10 minutes once you apply it. Wow. The bottle says 5, but really I'm more or less do 7 to 10 minutes.
So cute cats.
Good girl. It's her first time getting a bath. I'm not really sure what the main issue is for why the owner brought her in. But more likely than not, it would be because of shedding. She's more really a short hair cat, right? Yeah. You did it. You did it. She's like, really? What did I do? You're getting slimed. She's like, it feels good though. I know, we heat ours. We get ours nice and warm. Alright. that away. Alright. Now, while we're waiting for that to work, what I can do is just kind of run a comb through her coat just to try to separate and spread that product down to the skin. Ideally, that's where you want it to go, is all the way down to the skin. Right? So it can really do what it's supposed to, which is to suck up all of that extra heavy oil, which if she were an outdoor cat, we would not be even doing this, because I don't wash outdoor cats, right? But because she lives inside, all of that oil, which will not stop producing even after her bath, she'll just start producing more after she's bathed. It's no big deal. Just kind of gets in the way of a lot of house cats, right? There we go. Do you need a happy hoodie? She's like, what's that? That thing I put on your head earlier? She's like, well, what didn't make me happy? So I don't know why they call it happy hoodies, because there's nothing happy about it. Thought you were going to suffocate me. There. There. Dope. She's like, that. Why do they call that a happy hoodie? I don't know. Guess they had to come up with some kind of name. Now let's get that water running. Get the water nice and warm. Usually want to put a happy hoodie on the cat that you've never washed before, so they don't get triggered by the sound of that sprayer. Waka waka, you gotta do your haunches. Yeah. Little Miss Squirmworm. Little Miss Princess Leia. Wee-hee. Good girl. She's like, stop manhandling me. Well, I'm a woman. Alright, well, we won't do that. Alright, ready, steady? Get that purple shampoo off. You don't want to leave that in longer than 2 minutes, especially at the ratio that I put it at. Good girl. I'm usually doing, let's say if it says 1 part shampoo to 20 parts water, I'm usually doing maybe half of that. 1 part shampoo to 10 parts water. I make it stronger. Good girl. Let's start with her face and her mane. Usually break down cat grooming into 3 blocks. The first block would be the head and the mane and the front paws, right? Second block would be the back legs, the tail, and then the third block would be the body itself, right? Alright. Here we go. She's like, now what? Beauty treatment. She's like, really? I don't know if I've ever had one in my life. Well, Daddy loves you. Daddy loves you. He wants only the best for you. You're going to be a model. Speaking of models, one of my cat clients made it into a book, a copy book, right? Where they match. First one they did with dogs, and it's called Pairing Paws. Pairing Paws. And the cat one is pairing the cat to the bottle of wine. So I should be getting that in the mail shortly. I'll show you. And then I think the dog one, they were pairing dogs to cheese. I guess it's just a spoof. But anyway, she didn't know if she was going to make it into the book or not, and she made it. Well, she made the intro. I don't know what that means, but she's actually the very first cat in the book. Which I thought was really cool. couple of cat clients who are models. Waka waka. Alright. We're not leaving. No, we're not leaving. Good girl. Good girl. Alright, let's put that polisher back on. That polisher is what I call this glove. It's perfect for short hair cats. And she's close enough, right? Let the polishing begin. This will get your cats fur a lot thinner than if you try to do it with just your hands. Learned that from an Australian cat groomer. They know they're short hair cats. Waka waka. Waka waka. Yeah. Good girl. And you're doing it. Wow. She's almost a water rat. She doesn't seem to have any reaction at all. Waka waka. No, 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 no. Rinse off her head and put that happy hoodie back on. Should help. Alright, ready, steady. Let's get your hair done. Get your hair done. Good girl. And rinse. And rinse. And rinse. And rinse. You did it. She's like, what did I do? Are you getting scared of Daryl? He's been on the whole time. All of a sudden she's like, what is that? Really? Alright, a little bit more. A little bit more. Good girl. A little bit more. Good girl. You did it. You did it. Alright. Stay up there. Alright, let's get one of these. See if we can drop her down a notch. She said, what's that supposed to mean? Nothing. There. Alright, now let's start rinsing off the groomer's goop. All throughout her coat. It's a really thick product, so you gotta really rinse it out fairly well. Good girl. And then let's put this on. Waka waka. Hello. Are you assuming the position? She's like, she's like, yeah. Alright, let's try your tail. Wow. Turn you around. Get your back. Back. Good girl. See what I mean by getting it to drop her down a notch? She was kind of all over the place before. Did anyone notice that? And then a little bit of this. And a little bit of that. Waka waka. Here we go. Oh, and the purple. Waka waka. First, it's her first bath, so she doesn't really know what's happening. But she'll be fine. I think she's doing pretty amazing, actually, for her first time bath. Yes, no? She's like, well, if you say so. Yeah, I think you're doing amazing. Waka 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 waka. Good girl. And the tail. You gonna go for a walk? She's like, maybe. What? Oh, don't fall. Don't fall. take that off. Only just kind of getting in the way of things, you know? Not helping. Alright. Back paws. Good girl. Waka waka. Waka waka. About ready to put her in the tub because she doesn't seem to be doing well on top of it, right? Yeah, let's do that. Might as well. Alright, here we go. Good girl. That's where you're going to stay. Alright? Good girl. Let the polishing begin. One of the things that this will do besides polish the coat is it helps to de-shed the coat. So her entire grooming process is the de-shedding. The main reason for her visit, right? Waka waka. You did it. Oh, your meow is so precious. It's so precious. I am. Alright, so we got that done. That was her shampoo number 1, which is degreasing her. So her coat should be absolutely pristine and beautiful. And beautiful. Good girl. And then we'll go on to our second shampoo. For her finishing shampoo, I'm going to pick the Chris Christensen Volume with a tablespoon of Thick and Thicker. Waka waka. You did it. Yes, you did. You think maybe one's not enough and we need to put 2 on? Sometimes it helps. There, let's do 2. Just in case. Not sure if that's what you need. She certainly needs something. Wham. Good girl. You did it. You did it. Alright, first rinse is done. We're going to plug up her bathtub and give her her nice luxuriating second lather. There. Let her hang over the side. Good girl. Good girl. Alright, so that's the Thick and Thicker with the volume shampoo from Top Cat. There. And that'll be her final shampoo. Good girl. It smells divine. Waka 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 waka. You've got the most pitiful little meow. Yes, you do. It's pitiful. Good girl. Aha!
Mixed in.
Last step is, let me just put some boiling water on that. There we go. Run this nice thin comb, I don't know if you can see it, all the way through her coat. And that is really going to go in there and pull out all of that jet undercoat. So it's a really important step. Waka waka. Good girl. You're doing it. Back here on the back end is usually really thick. Don't forget that area. Right? So pull all that dead undercoat out. I find that if you don't do this step, a lot of that coat, dead coat, stays in the cat even when you're drying it, and that dead undercoat seems to have a lot of oil and dander still attached to it. So you kind of want to just get it all out. You're not helping. She's like, I'm supposed to help?
Surge of Assist 6.
Yeah. Yeah, if you helped, it would go a little bit more swimmingly for you. Alright, here you go. Good girl. And you want to your flusher. Good girl. Good girl. You did it. Waka waka. Good girl. Good girl. And your tail. Your beautiful tail. And rinse. That's not helping. That's not how it's designed to work. There, better.
Necessary to bathe cats.
Yes, it's very necessary. And it's not, but what's not necessary is you being on this channel. Bye. Right? Yeah. Like jumping onto a cooking channel and saying it's not necessary to cook. Right?
Your color in.
Yeah. Alright, and rinse. And rinse. And rinse. Oh, she feels beautiful. I don't know why you want to equate what's going on in your head and what's going on in your household and what's going on with your cat and think that you can equate that to what the hell goes on in other people's homes, right? Who the fuck are you to tell people what they can and cannot do? Right? Like, where do you get off? Like, I don't even get this, right? Yeah, why don't you go jump on the cooking channel and tell them that cooking is not necessary? Or let's go to the makeup channel and say makeup is, you know, makeup is not necessary. Makeup is not necessary, right? We all know that. But it makes women feel better about themselves, so they put makeup on, right? Right? It makes them look more beautiful, right? But yet, why don't you go over there to a makeup tutorial and say it's not necessary and see how that goes over, right? Are we following with your line of thinking? Alright, let's rinse completely and then give her a towel wrap. And then fluff her out and then send her on her merry way home where she can go home and feel really good. See, this is the part that nobody talks about, is how good these cats feel afterwards. Or if you talk to a vet and they talk to you and explain to you how the pheromones start to become, is it pheromones? Endorphins start to become released in the brain of the cat, causing them to feel so much better when they get home from the bath, right? No, let's just ignore all of that, right? Maybe the process is a little wonky right now because she's never had a bath in her goddamn life.
Cat wants to leave.
Because she's never had a bath in her goddamn life, but yet you want to come on here.
Sway cats and UND wordy das niemals match.
Oh, here they come. Here they come. The minute you see any kind of sign of weakness, you're going to fucking parade in like a pack of piranhas and try to eat someone alive. Go fuck yourselves, people, right? Go find another channel where you can go tell other people what they can and cannot do with their lives, right? And with their animals, or with their makeup, or with their food, or with their cooking. Really? I don't think so. See what we do now? Sound off. It's no longer an interactive life, people. Right? Done. See how easy that was? See how easy that was? Yeah. No longer an interactive life. Bye-bye. See ya. scale of 1 to 10, for a cat who's never had a bath before, I would say she's at a 5, right? Let's see how well you give your cat a bath, right? Let's see how your cat would have made out, right? Oh, and go live so we can all see it. And comment and give our running commentary on it. Yep. Yes, we are rinsing the cat and putting her in position to be rinsed correctly. Good girl. I can tell you what it's like. When you go live as a cat groomer, I want you to imagine going to your bathroom in your house, sitting on the toilet, right? Doing your business, and then all of a sudden, you have to hear in your ear a running commentary about how you're doing it wrong and how you're supposed to wipe your ass, right? And that you're supposed to go from front to back, and then somebody else said, no, it's from back to front. No, it's sideways. No, it's in a swirl. You know that little pecking in your ear? For what? For the way you wipe your ass. That's what it feels like, just to give you an idea of what it's like to be a live cat groomer, having to listen to the shit that comes through that speaker regarding the public and how they feel about cat grooming, right? So, just sharing with you a little bit of tidbit of what it feels like, right? But, you know, you're not here for me, you're here for the cat, right? But see, the cat is just sitting here. The cat is just sitting here. It's the cat's first bath, right? Cat's first bath. Let's see you go live and groom your cat and see how well you do as we all start telling you how you're doing it wrong, right? Yeah. Good luck with that. I don't think you would ever have the balls to do that, right? I don't think so. Nor would you even know how. Nor would you even know where to begin, right? So, in second thought, just leave your cat the hell alone, right? But for this cat who came in and was brought in by his daddy, who loves her, right? Who's actually watching her being groomed live right now, which is the premise of this live. You think it's for you shitheads? No. It's for the clients to be able to see how their cat is doing and what stress levels their cat is going through, to be able to monitor and to be able to adjust accordingly in case that cat needs any kind of particular pre-treatment. The pre-treatments have been available for 6 years now. All natural ones are available. For cats who go to severe stress levels, you would just talk to your vet, right? So that is part of the service that we provide here at our salon, is we visually allow the owners to be able to see for themselves how their cat is doing. You think it's for your entertainment? I don't think so. I don't think so. All right. Let's do it. Right this way. She's like, where are we going now, people? Nowhere. We're going to get you dry. We're going to get you dry. I'm going to put you in the dryer box, right? She said, what's the dryer box? It's that little box right over there. We're going to get it nice and warm. Where you can chillax while you're waiting for your daddy. Okay? Let's get that started. Good girl. Whee! Congratulations. You got your first bath ever. I think you did amazing. Despite the shitheads on YouTube, right? Who seem to think that it wasn't good enough, right? She said, I thought it was fine. I thought it was fine. Yeah, me too. What did they know anyway? Nothing. happening with that? What are you sticking your nose in, huh? Why do you have all of that brown staining on your nose? Hmm? What do you get into? What do you get into? Alright, perfect. Waka, 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 waka. Let the fluffing begin. Waka, 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 waka. And ears. And ears. And ears. Girl. Good girl. Wow. Wow. Good girl. You're beautiful. This is Princess Leia. Princess Leia is getting her first bath, and she did it live, right? She did it live, despite the shitheads trying to ruin it for her, right? She did it live, and I thought she did pretty amazing. She's a little bit of a squirmworm for the bath, but you know, it was her first bath. I'm not sure why you would expect her to be absolutely perfect. It does happen that you can take a cat who's never had a bath in their life and they would just be like a little water rat, like they were born on the water, and do amazingly well, right? But for Princess Leia, she's never had a bath in her life, so I thought she did amazingly well. So you can all go screw yourselves, right? Thank you very much. Waka waka. Wait. She's a little sound sensitive, right? We turn the sound off so we continue with the video, right? Because here's the good news. It doesn't matter what the hell you say in the comment section. That has nothing to do with the video that gets posted and goes up, that gets uploaded, right? So you can say whatever the fuck you want. I don't really care. Princess Leia is sound sensitive, so she doesn't like that do-it-yourself stand dryer, which is 90% effective for not scaring a cat. So your next best option would be to use a space heater, which currently is being parked right in front of her face so that we can slowly get her face and mane dry. And then what we're going to do is we're going to comb throughout her whole coat, sort of at what I call the set it and forget it technique, right? And then we're going to put her in there, right? No. It's like we have two different worlds going on. One, the shitstorm in the comment section, and two, the final video, right? So I'm going to go with the final video. You can all play with your fecal matter, right? Alright, happy hoodie. That on, that'll drop it down a notch. If the cat is really squirmy, there's something you can do, which is to put a happy hoodie on the body of the cat, and that would help to stop the cat from being all over the place, right? Alright, so this technique is called set it and forget it. We're just going to run a comb throughout her entire coat. Normally she would be blown out using some kind of a velocity dryer, preferably one with a variable speed on it, but she's very sound sensitive, so we're going to bypass that option for now. Even with the happy hoodie on her head, cats can still be very sound sensitive, or just sensitive to the sensation of all of that air blowing on them. So I'm just going to bypass that. We have 13 different drying options here for cats for a reason, right? So now, if you you have a cat who's squirming all over the place, I'm going to show you a really great technique that might help you with that cat if you're trying to get it groomed. And that's to take a large happy hoodie and just kind of put it on like a shirt. And get it onto the main part of the body, right? And once you have that on, put the one on the head on. And then once you have them both on, you should notice, in theory, notice some pretty amazing results. One, the cat is no longer getting up and trying to leave, right? It's going to really help that cat to settle into that grooming. She's semi-responding. She might just be processing and hasn't figured out yet what she's going to do next. Maybe, I don't know. Not really sure. What I do know is she's just an absolute sweetheart, and she's doing amazingly well for her grooming, right? Despite you shitheads saying otherwise, right? So you all can go fuck yourselves. Good girl. Waka waka. There. You did it. You did it. And let's not forget her tail. Get a little bit of spritz on that. And then we'll park her in there for about 15 minutes. Good girl. Now, if that happy hoodie is interfering with any part of your grooming, you just fold part of it up. There. Just fold part of it up so you can reach the areas that you're trying to get to. And then vice versa. Just fold this part down, right? But it's extremely effective for reducing the squirm worm of your calf by a minimum of about 50% if you know how to do that technique, right? You did it. Alright, and then the way you take it off, you just pull it. Usually the cat's going that way and you're pulling this way, right? Alright, good girl. Alright, so that's the set it and forget it technique. That means her coat is completely combed through. You don't have any surprises or issues that we have to deal with later, right? There. Good girl. You did it. Princess Blair's in the house. And you got your very first bath? She said, yeah, I did. Alright, to make a cat feel safe going into a dryer box like this, you usually have to turn it off first. Especially a sound sensitive cat. There. And then turn it back on again. It was on to preheat it. When you first turn on a dryer box like that, it's going to initially blow cold air. So that's going to be very uncomfortable for a cat who's wet to have cold air blowing on them. So, hey, banana pajamas. How are you? She seemed to process it. So a lot of times when you're bathing a cat for the first time, the biggest thing you're trying to do is you're trying to help your cat to process what's happening and to not become fearful and to try to figure it out. And the smart cats usually by the end of the bath have processed that it's not a threat, that everything's fine, and they just kind of start to go with it because they're intelligent enough to figure that out, right? As long as you're using techniques that are working to help with that cat, right? She's so cute. She's like, I'm gonna get out of here one way or the other. Really? I don't think you're gonna go anywhere, buddy. Yeah, I don't think you're going anywhere. She's like, please. Alright. We'll give her about 15 minutes and then we'll take her back out again. Alright. Have fun with that, people. All the best. We'll keep the camera rolling, right? So that y'all can just, do your thing. Do what you do best, right? And we'll continue on our end to do what we do best, right? All right. So when the cat is usually in the dryer box, I'm usually getting their cat carrier ready. The first thing I'm going to do is just make sure she didn't have an accident on the ride here. So that's dry. And then I'm going to line it with a little pee pad. Hi, hi, hi. Some cats, you would never hold their cat carrier up to them in front of them like this because it might be upsetting. So, now I'm going to spray that with some pheromone. I'm using Fellaway. Right, so We're going to have to strategize how we're going to do her final finishing for her drying because she is sound sensitive. We'll probably do lap drying. You've heard of lap grooming, but you can also do lap drying. And I think this cat is a candidate for lap drying. It's probably going to be the only thing that helps her just feel safe. Make sure you're using the happy hoodies, right, to block the sound. Sound sensitive cats aren't just nervous about the sound, they're also nervous about the sensation or the feeling of that air blowing on them, right? So this is a pretty mild option for cats like that. We call that the soft box dryer. You don't need to spend over $700 to get that technique. You can just make your own. This is a small little open crate with, I would recommend 2 doors, one on the side and one in the front, right? You could do the same thing that that $700 dryer is offering by just getting a hold of an open crate, put a nice little comfortable Berber bed on the bottom, put the cat inside, and then park your do-it-yourself stand dryer outside of it. How do you make that? You just go to Home Depot or Lowe's and get the electric contractor clamp light, and then just clamp on a little hair dryer and park it outside of that dryer cage, and then you can do the low and slow drying technique like what I'm doing, but for a lot less money. This I paid 20 bucks for. This dryer $6 and this $12, right? So that whole drying option cost me $38, right? Which is nothing in the scheme of things. I know an untrained groomer up the street who will charge you $150 just to groom your short hair cat, and they'll hand you your cat back to you wet. Yeah, it doesn't matter, the finished product. It doesn't matter to them. You know, handing cats back wet. No, doesn't matter. It's like a dog. They just go for a walk and dry themselves in the sun, right? Just air dry, right? Yeah, so if it's going to cost you $150 at most grooming salons just to get your cat a bath, just think that drying mechanism alone costs you $38. This will cost you what, $5? So even if you were to go out and purchase everything, it's still not going to come to the cost that, you know, these groomers are charging you, right? There she goes. She's convinced. She just keeps trying. Eventually she's going to be able to break free. Waka waka. We're here. We see you. Now if you insist and you want to get one of these dryer bots, if you get the homeowner's version, it's going to come with little windows on the side where you can reach your hand in and pet your cat and give your cat some treats. This one doesn't come with that. So, which is unfortunate, right? And this one is made by pettime.us. It's called the Pro Box. But they do sell different versions of it for homeowners that would come with a window on either side as well, which comes in very handy. So if I could, I would get another dryer for this area that had some reach-in windows to either treat the cat with a chew, get their mind off of the drying, or at least just give them a little scratch behind the ear or some kind of form of contact, right? So, whoop, whoop, whoop. Good girl. Waka waka. I'm about to get her hand lap drying started. I don't know if the Ual dryer is going to be powerful enough, which is the one that I'm going to try to use on her. So I'm going to heat up the Shampooing dryer just in case, make sure it's nice and warm in case we need to grab for that. Usually takes about a minute. This is what I'm heating up right now. It's right there. That's called the Shampooing dryer. It's about $80. It's about $80 on Amazon. You can get it in pink or blue, right? Thank you, Banana. Thank you so much. All right, it's nice and warm. So we'll turn it off. And we'll have it on standby in case we need it, right? And we are going to dry her with this comb for her final finishing, right? This is the favorite of most trained cat groomers. It's the number 13 by Chris Christensen, right? All right, let's do it. You ready? She's like, yeah. Walker. Hi. 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 You're so pretty. You're so cute. You're so cute. She's like a little kitten. Alright. Ready? Steady. We're going to do one extra small happy hoodie with one large. And we're going to fold that back so she has triple protection. Right? And then we're going to put her on our lap. I'm going to start lap drying using the Ual dryer. Right? There we go. There we go. Ready? Steady? Here we go. We'll just point it away from her at first. Certainly benefit from something a little bit more powerful. So let's try this. Shampooing. See what she does. Girl, you're doing it. leave that for now. Good girl. You're doing it. She's like, I am? Yeah, you are. Good girl. Good girl. You did it. You did it. Yeah, I don't think we need any more of that fluffer dryer, so we can turn that off. That's what I call the fluffer. Yeah, the Shalandy. This UA is only about 1/10 the power of that Shalandy dryer on its lowest setting. You did it. Yes, you did. I know. So we'll bring her back up to the table. Well, before we do that, let's just clean up her little bottom. Make sure that's okay. Waka waka. Little Miss Bo Peep. Little Miss Bo Peep. Alright. Alright, we're gonna bring her right back up here. She's been officially fluffed. Sort of. Sort of. And then we're just gonna use the space heater for everything else. There. There we go. Alright. Good girl. I thought that that lap drying technique would be ideal for her. Okay, once that coat is dry again, you can start with the deshedding process again. So we're doing the deshedding process before, during, and after the groom. It's just one continuous deshedding process for the cat, right? Long hair one. I'm not sure which one to use on her coat. Somewhere in between. You did it. Good girl. Good girl. Give her a little spritz. And then what I'll probably do. Take that off. There we go. Get her off her feet. That way she doesn't try to walk away. Alright, so she's pretty much done. She got her medium hair, I guess I'll call it her medium hair shampoo package, right? She's not really long, she's not really short, she's somewhere in between. Good girl. Slowly take that off and fluff her head out. Good girl. You did it. She's like, that feels good. No. it, little one. You got all kinds of beauty treatments. You got your degreaser, you got your oops, sorry. You got your degreaser, you got your degreasing shampoo, you got your whitening shampoo with the ginseng violet, and then you got your thick and thicker protein treatment for your coat, all kinds of stuff, right? Yeah. Good girl. And then we're probably just going to park her in another drying box while she's waiting for her owner to pick up. There's always going to be a little bit of dampness in the coat. So I'll show you where I'm going to put her next. We're just trying to finish up with this de-shedding process, right? You see the way that comb is designed? It's going to really help to pull a lot of that undercoat out, right? Now, I did see a cheaper version of this on this site called Groomers Supply House. They have the same exact comb for half the price. They give it a name, I just forget what that name is. I can show you the sister comb. So this is where I got the groomer from Groomer Supply House. I got this one, but they have a smaller sister comb that looks exact. This one is like $65. Yeah, some of these grooming tools can be a little on the expensive side, right? So you got to know where to shop if you're trying to groom on a budget. Just go to Groomer Supply House, and you're going to see this exact comb for half the price, right? Right, you need it, and then we'll probably do that final swoop with the bigger comb, this one, right? And then I'll show you where I'm going to put her right now. Oh, let's give her a little bit of VIP. Bring her right over here. Hey, Susie. That's my cat. We're going to put it right in there, right? Someone's at the door. Put that on. There we go. And then she can just kind of relax in there. Alright, that's all she wrote, folks. Thanks for joining. We'll be back next time. Bye-bye.